and welcome back to the M2 Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Anthony. My co-host right here is Kyle Heath. This is the show where we cover gaming industry related news of the last week, but this week we're going to cover about how basically an Xbox architect is teasing some big things. Hopefully it's something new, especially at the Game Awards, which is also this week. So definitely get your votes in if you haven't already. Tomb Raider is allegedly going to be announced at the Game Awards. Netflix, probably the biggest news of the week that we're going to be talking the most amount of time on, is they bought Warner Bros. And we're also going to talk about how Paramount had a part in that. And yeah, that's basically our news. Kyle, how you been for the last week? What have you been up to? And yeah, first of all, I know I complimented the Space Station Gaming jacket right before we started recording. I'm
Oh
so
yeah.
jealous right now because see, I got the Cloud 9. I'm not hating on Cloud 9. It's Puma too. It's nice,
Yeah, it's
but
nice.
man, that beats mine for sure, and I'm
Yeah,
jealous
dude.
right now.
Yeah, I got this. I bought like a huge space station. It's got a little logo on it. Bought like a huge like space station like merch. I won't say drop because I just went on and selected a bunch of different stuff. But if you spend enough money, they were like, I think they had to like they were trying to get rid of these. So they're like, if you spend enough money, we'll like throw it in for free, like an $85 value or something crazy. So yeah, I spent enough money and I was able to get a free one of these. Free one of these. But yeah, no, it's really nice. It's I guess just like it's like a snuggie but better, I guess, like a blanket hoodie. It's probably the best way of
It looks
describing it.
so sick. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got giant pockets. It's got a little foam pocket in the pocket, so you can keep your phone like in a pocket separately. I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, it's really cozy. It's nice. It's like a nice kind of like fuzzy inner lining. It's got like thumb holes and everything. It's kind of sick. Um, but yeah, I have not felt the best this week. Been a little under the weather, so I figured it was the right time to bust out something cozy for the pod. Kind of just
Oh yeah, for sure.
try and power through. So I'll do it. I got some tea, some water. We're in there. But outside of that, I'm trying to think about what I played. I mean, I played a little. Yo, you know what I played the most of? Probably like
What's
the
that?
only thing I played. I hopped off some Call of Duty. Said it. It's one of those things. Like I think Black Ops 7. It was like I was kind of dogging it a little bit, and I was like, I should at least try it. Like I know I could sit here and say like, oh, this is what it looks like. Doesn't look good. I was like, let me play it. Yeah, I had a couple buddies that were playing, and so
I actually saw you online,
yeah.
believe it or
So
not.
I mean, I hopped on, and it's like I don't know. It's not. I think I was maybe a little wrong to say it was like really bad or something like that. At least from like looking at it, it seemed pretty bad. Like I don't know. When I played it, it's like it wasn't like horrendous. It was like it wasn't especially when I was playing with friends and stuff. Like I don't know, we were just like having a good time on playing some online. Not really doing a whole lot, just like multiplayer was, and just kind of playing that, and it was decent enough. It wasn't anything groundbreaking. I think that's kind of the best way of describing it. Like it's not like playing that makes you want to grind 50, 100 hours, but like
Oh yeah.
it's again like your casual shooter. You can get a few hours with your friends, and it's fun. So that's at least there. I played zombies. Played a couple rounds of zombies. That was actually fun too. I mean, it was like some of the new maps are pretty cool. I think some of the systems whatnot were pretty dope. And there's still a lot to learn, but I was just playing solo and like it's nice because you could like pause, you could save, and come back on solo and stuff like that, which is kind of nice. So it was cool just to play that and like kind of get a feel for it. There's a couple maps to choose from, so had fun playing on those. Might jump back into that at some point. Um, but yeah, that was pretty much it on the Call of Duty front. And like in terms of other stuff, I don't know if I had like really had time or played anything else this past week. Honestly, it was kind of just that when I had time to game. So just kind of checking out all that's new with COD. So wasn't bad, wasn't terrible. Again, I don't plan on playing like 20 plus hours of it, but hey,
Yeah, that's
it's on
fair.
Game Pass. When I have the Game Pass PC because I unsubscribed from Ultimate,
Yeah,
so
you
I'm like,
said
yeah,
yeah.
I can at least play it on PC.
Yeah, that's a good point. I basically did the same thing as you. I played on Game Pass for COD. I only play multiplayer. I was trying to like rank up my guns and stuff, but while I was ranking up my guns, um, I was having difficulty aiming. Did I talk to you about this? Like the aim response curve that's built into the game was conflicting with the PlayStation controller that I have.
Oh yeah, I think you mentioned something like that.
Yeah, so I was in a battle when I first started playing because like I couldn't. Everything was very. I don't know how to say this. It was as if I was skipping frames with how my aiming was working. It's very jolty, very
Mm.
very Yankee kind of there was nothing smooth about my aim. And I was just like, dang, maybe it's just like I've been playing other games. I'm not used to COD. Something's going on. And I was like, oh, I had that epiphany. I was like, oh crap, man. I forgot. Like if your response curve, your response curve on your joystick is set to not linear, like you curve it or you do some type of configuration in the PlayStation accessories app, and then you go into COD, it will like battle the software of the controller with the software of the game. So I was like, damn, what the hell's going on? And then I realized, okay, if I do linear response curve by default, like a default setting on the PlayStation controller, and then I go and change in the response curve on the game, it's way smoother. But dude, when I won't lie to you, like the easiest way to describe the difference, other than like being janky with aiming, was the fact that I had it was as if I had no aim assist whatsoever first starting to play the game. And I was getting kills, but I was struggling. Not gonna lie to you, it was like, dang, like I thought I had the first shot, but then I was whiffing from a certain distance. It was like very inaccurate. It was struggling. And then the moment I made the change is like I have full auto aim lock. I'm like lasering people across the map, all headshots. I'm like, am I cheating? Like, what's going on?
That's amazing.
um, yeah, it was pretty sick. So, yeah, it got me excited. I was playing a bunch of COD over the last like week. Played, watched all the sports. I've been watching a ton and ton of sports, like every single Hurricanes hockey game, watching Premier League matches. Panthers had a bye week, so nothing really happened there with the NFL. Made it into fantasy football playoffs, which is pretty sick. But then outside that, man, I always go back to the tried and true Halo 2 and the good old fashioned Rocket League. Rocket League gets me through a lot of like stuff. So I'm like buried at work as you know. And my escape, my release is like, man, let's just plug in the controller, throw on. I've been watching a lot of like YouTube movies. So I'll throw that up on one monitor and then I'll just game for like 30 to 45 minutes and then yeah, it's been cool, dude. And also watching like the Diddy documentary, watching tons of that on Netflix. It's been a good last week. Taking work out of the equation, it's been very like it's been cool. Yeah.
Glad to hear that,
Weather's
dude.
too cold though. And that's why I'm so jealous about your stupid hoodie right now. That's stupid.
Dude, like, yeah, no, you're telling me it's like, yeah, I'd like went to the store last night to pick up a few things. I stepped outside, it was like 39 degrees. I was like, what is this?
Oh, brother.
I have a nice jacket though I'd like bought recently. It's really really cozy, so yeah, I was
It's
wearing that.
yeah, it's a little bit warmer around your parts than it is for me because I'm like higher elevation
Yeah.
and we're off the coast. Dude, it's been getting like 30s. At night, last night, my porch, my deck, frozen over with like, because the condensation has gotten so
Yeah.
bad, the temperature swing is so rapid that everything is just a foggy mess. I'm sure it's the same thing around you.
Yeah.
Um, Once that sun goes down, it's fog everywhere. But it's been cool.
Yeah. Sure is. But I don't know, man.
Well,
Gotta tough it out, That's what we have to do.
it's a fact, man. But hey, how about we start diving into this week's articles? We got a few to talk about, and but I guess to me, I felt like the articles this week were kind of slow, just because of, I mean, it's Game Awards week.
By the time they're watching this, Game Awards.
It's out.
So
Yeah.
it's a lot we're gonna miss in that front, but we'll at least
Hmm.
cover some hits that came before Game Awards. Talk about a few things. We'll start with Adam Hales over at Windows Central. I thought this was an interesting headline. Xbox architect Jason Ronald teases big things for 2026, saying, quote, "We want to celebrate the great legacy of Xbox next year." A new BBC video showcases the Xbox Ally X handheld and includes a short interview with Jason Ronald, who hints at Xbox's 25th anniversary could bring major announcements. Let's dig in. In a video, BBC's Tom Gherkin takes a close look at Xbox Ally X handheld, detailing the device and covering a lot of what we already know. Video offers a mix of hands-on testing and general impressions of how the gaming handheld performs across different PC titles, with the on-the-street footage showing how well it handles Game Pass, cloud gaming, and a range of Windows games. More interestingly, Jason Ronald, the VP of Xbox Gaming Devices and Ecosystem, also took the spotlight briefly to discuss the handheld and give a few small teases about what fans can expect from Xbox next year as it approaches 25th anniversary. Jason laments how now felt like the right time for Xbox to enter the handheld territory, stating, quote, "We're always thinking about what the future of gaming is and new ways for people to be able to play." He frames the current moment as the point where player behavior, industry trends, and technology finally align in a way that makes a handheld Xbox device viable for consumers. However, the most interesting comments were made when Gherkin questioned Jason directly on whether backwards compatibility would be expanded. He asked, "Child me would be so unhappy if I didn't press you on this point. Are you going to bring more original Xbox games to Game Pass in the future?" Jason gave a fairly ambiguous response, not saying a lot, but also saying enough to give me and many others hope. "I can't announce anything today, but in 2026, it's the 25th anniversary of Xbox, and we want to celebrate the great legacy and the history that we have with Xbox, as well as defining the future for where the Xbox ecosystem is going." He further goes on to add, "I can't confirm or deny what you're asking, but stay tuned. We have a lot of exciting things to share next year." It's not a lot, sure, but it's enough for me at least to have hope that we'll see some sort of expansion of backwards compatibility. And the Xbox's 25th anniversary around the corner, we might not have to wait much longer to find out. With so many Activision
Sure.
games now under the Xbox umbrella, that alone would make for a hefty addition if it ever happened. And then it talks about the Xbox LAX is $1,000 at Best Buy. Anyway, I mean, I didn't even think about this, but yeah, it's true. Xbox 25th anniversary is next year, and I can imagine I may have a few things lined up, but it's like I don't want to get too excited. I feel like when anniversaries come up, some people will tend to overhype them, and then they announce what they're doing, and it's just kind of like a letdown in a way. So, I don't know. What do you think, Mike? We get the Xbox. What is the like an Xbox remake or something? Like an Xbox the classic edition like Nintendo does with their consoles.
And we'll probably get some like skins and like customizability. Sure, that would make a lot of sense, especially because like Xbox has that creator studio for the controllers. I would really like to see a more up to date Xbox Elite controller, something along that. Make it maybe modular or I don't know. Microsoft has always been a software company at the end of the day, but I would appreciate more hardware options when it comes to their products. um, a lot of the times they've been having a stranglehold on the market for wireless. You have to have like an affiliation. So when you have third party controllers, they're all wired. I'd
Yeah.
like the option to have wireless as well. I don't really know. I think Xbox should try to go big for the 25th anniversary. I don't know what that means or what that's going to entail, though. You know, who?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the thing
it's
too.
hard.
It's like it is hard to say, I think. I think the easiest thing would be to do like a backwards compatibility thing with some games. That's kind of like that would be like the layup in my opinion. If they were to do something, it's like okay, just do more Xbox games on, just do more backwards compat and make the most sense. 'Cause you wouldn't
Yeah.
have to make new hardware necessarily. But like it also makes me curious if Xbox is going to capitalize this at more than just games, kind of in a way. So I don't know. I think it'd be kind of hard to. I think it'd be cool to see like a remake of an Xbox or something, but or like a Xbox Classic kind of thing. But I just also think it's not really Microsoft's thing. So I'll be curious to see what they do.
Oh, yeah.
It could surprise us all. I don't know.
Yeah. It's one of those wait and see. I don't know how to say it. It's like I wouldn't hold my breath. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like what's actually going what their plan is. I can't predict what they want to do anymore because I thought their whole business model was just to sell the Game Pass and like do a subscription based model.
yeah.
Who knows? Maybe
Original
a lot of
Duke
the
Elite.
backlash.
Original
Yeah.
Duke Elite.
I
Oh,
mean, they
yeah.
did do that. They
uh,
brought back the Duke controller and they put paddles at the top. Not paddles, bumpers at the top.
yep.
So
I mean,
yeah.
be kind of funny to see that an actual, real size Duke. That's an Elite controller.
Yeah.
How many people would actually like want to use it? Kind of interesting. I don't know. Then again, it's like we could go on controller talk too about like Elite controllers aren't the go-to for a lot of people now in competitive gaming, so it's kind of a whole thing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people still go for like Scuff or Battle Beaver. Those make sense. They got really popular because of competitive shooters, competitive streamers as well. It's just I would like more specific IPs from Xbox that are more affordable than those third party manufacturers, and having that ability to just get straight from Xbox and getting that warranty might be best. But the unfortunately the reality is that those elite controllers really aren't that good. They
Yeah,
break kind of easily.
exactly.
But if they can replace they can make it so it's so easily replaceable like different parts, that would be better.
I think it would be too. So I'll be curious to see if they pursue something like that, a better controller architecture. But I don't know, mate. 25th anniversary. If not now, then when? You know what I'm saying?
That's
Make
what I'm
some better
saying, dude.
hardware.
Like maybe a throwback I could see them doing a Xbox Series X themed original Xbox
That was what I
console.
was thinking too. Yeah, something like that would make
Yeah,
sense.
that makes a lot of sense. It's easy to do. You're just changing the decals, the
Yeah,
plates
exactly.
on the box. You're not really changing anything
Yeah,
else.
I could see a limited edition, whatever. So
Yeah. It'd be cool though.
yeah, it should be interesting. Yeah, not too much to glean off of it, but and now it's got me excited for what 2026 could offer in the Xbox realm. So there's that.
They got to do something because they got cooked in
Sure did,
2024.
man.
They got to
You,
step it up.
you need Fable to come out, dog. Come on.
Maybe that's what they pushed it out for. We got to do it for the anniversary.
Yeah, there you go.
A
Right.
Fable themed console, Fable themed controller. Yeah.
Exactly. So I don't know, man. We'll
All right,
see. Should move on.
shall we begin? All right. Tomb Raider. I'm excited about this one. So I'm a big fan of Tomb Raider. Did you ever play the games? Puzzle games?
I think I played a little bit of like 3, the old version of 3.
Dude,
That was it.
they're pretty solid.
But
They have a decent story. They're beautiful looking too, and it's just overall like it's pretty cool. I mean, it's Indiana Jones, but it's Lara Croft instead,
yeah.
and she's not fighting Nazis, but it's still cool. Um, yes. Anyways, so Tomb Raider will be at the Game Awards this week on Friday. Game Awards, check it out. Tomb Raider will be at the Game Awards this week. Which Tomb Raider, you ask? The game or the show? We don't know, but maybe both. This article is written by Rebecca Valentine over at IGN, by the way. So there was a tweet. There's a tweet that quote tweets another tweet. Geoff Keighley, posted onto Twitter, Lara Croft returns at the Game Awards. And as just revealed in our Game Awards vote in Fortnite Map Portal, tune in Thursday night for a look at the future of one of gaming's most iconic franchises at Tomb Raider. This is one you won't want to miss. And then has like a cool little graphic about the announcement. And then Lara Croft, Tomb Raider says, Lara Croft returns for a moment you cannot miss. Catch Tomb Raider live at the Game Awards on December 11th. So everybody's trying to promote it. It's pretty sick. Yeah, so what could be shown? There are few possibilities. The first and most likely is that we're about to see the Tomb Raider game that's been in development at Crystal Dynamics for several years now. First announced in 2022. I remember that as well. I've been waiting a while for this game to come out. We have yet to actually see this game in action, though we did get a quick look or a look at the Lara Croft redesign last year. And there's a hyperlink for this if you guys want to check out. Just look in the description, you'll see it. There is a Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft, the TV show as well. So one could forgive Crystal Dynamics for being so quiet the last 3 years, though, as the studio has been through it. Shortly before the announcement, Embracer Group purchased the studio and the franchise from Square Enix. Then it sold both off to Middle Earth Enterprises in 2024. Amazon is still publishing Tomb Raider, but Amazon has had its own issues with the struggles of its New World MMO, its Lord of the Rings MMO, and mass layoffs. Amazon said over a year ago that the game would reveal was not too far away, in quotes, leading one to wonder what exactly was meant by that. Meanwhile, Crystal Dynamics has undergone 3 waves of layoffs this year, including 30 individuals last month, an unknown number of workers in August, following the cancellation of Perfect Dark by Xbox, and 17 people earlier in the year, as well as 10 others back in 2023. To be honest, that's not a whole lot of layoffs. If we're like the grand scheme of things, we've been seeing like layoffs of like 10,000 at
Yeah.
Microsoft. But to be fair, I don't think Amazon is really hiring 10,000 developers to build games. So this could be
Yeah.
a pretty big deal. Also, just continuing on, that's just on the gaming side of things. On the TV side, we know there's a live action Tomb Raider series in the works at Amazon in partnership with Story Kitchen, starring Game of Thrones Sophie Turner as Lara Croft, which would be honestly pretty good hiring. Um, the show will, for Story Kitchen, reinvent the franchise on a massive scale and will interconnect live action TV series and video games into a unified storytelling universe. Dude, if they mess this up again for like the third or fourth time, that's just gonna be so sad. It really will.
Yeah.
Um, Bum me out for sure. Sophie Turner is probably a really good hire for
Good
this.
casting.
Yeah, yeah, she kind of looks like him. She's in the age group of Lara Croft of like the character, and she's British, so that helps too. So I think it might come natural to her. We'll have to see. But again, it's been in the works for a while with no updates. We first heard of its development in January of 2023 and was officially confirmed later that year. There were reports in April of this year that the TV show was dead, in part due to Turner's busy acting schedule and in part due to Jennifer Salk, who greenlit the show at Amazon, being booted from her job. There were also allegations that a script hadn't been provided yet, but then in September, Amazon reconfirmed the Tomb Raider series was happening. It would start shooting in 2026, with Turner still to star. That's a lot going on. With all that background, it seems more likely we're going to see the game, as the series hasn't begun shooting yet. However, it's possible we're due for a look at Turner as Lara Croft. Given the vagueness of Keeley in Crystal's tweets, why not both? In the meantime, at least we have the anime, I guess. We didn't much care for the first season, is what Rebecca over here has said over at IGN. But just to let you guys know one more time, we got the Game Awards. It's going to take place Thursday, December 11th at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time, USA. And there is a guide for what else to expect at the show. So you can definitely check that out at IGN. They do really, really good markups of like what to expect on shows, and like reports of like what's been revealed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be kind of cool, man. There are some rumors that people are saying like, what did they say? They were saying it was going to be the person who was going to play Lara Croft in the live action was going to be the woman from Alien. What's her name? She's super freaking famous, dude.
I forget her name.
E-
Searching.
well, Ellen
Searching.
Ripley's the character. Sig Weaver.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Pretty good.
that would be sick.
I think. Yeah. But
I don't
yeah.
know how that's going to work because she's like 76 years old.
So yeah,
But
she's kind of aged out.
eh,
But
yeah, but I mean, you could do like present day and past, recall memory
yeah.
kind of thing. That'd
Yeah.
be kind of cool. Yeah, I'm not hating on her an actress. They're both fantastic, so I don't think you can go wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Definitely not. No, I think it'll be interesting to see. Hopefully, it is a Crystal Dynamics game. It's kind of what I'm hoping for, honestly, because I think it'd be pretty sick. Obviously, by the time this comes out, everyone will know. But I don't know, just like
oh yeah,
thinking about it, it's like, yeah, it'd be pretty sick to get like a new Tomb Raider. I think it's been a while, and like the most recent Tomb Raider games, I don't think were like particularly bad. So I don't know, it'd be cool
oh
to kind
no,
of continue the run, you know?
Tomb Raider's so like I've been dying for a Tomb Raider for a long time. I think the last one came out what 2018. I think.
Yeah,
I remember because at the time I didn't even have a PC, so I was always gaming on the console, and that was on Game Pass, I think. I don't know. It was really good. I actually bought the physical copy now that I think about it. It's over there. But yeah. Well, that's what's going on in the Tomb Raider universe. We're going to hear about it more in the next 24 hours. And then if anybody's listening now, information's already out. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see. Like I said, I'm hoping for a new game, kind of like a new AAA title. It'd be pretty sick. But I guess we'll find out. Because I saw like Fortnite map portal, but it's like a voting thing. So I was like, "Is this in Fortnite?" But I was like, "Oh no, they're just voting for."
Yeah, they're just voting. Could you imagine? That'd be funny.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like Lara Croft's already a playable character in there. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure she is. Yeah.
So I don't
She's
know.
a super badass female character. So
Yeah,
it'd be cool to see.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think it would be cool. I'd be interested. Everyone will know this. I'm jealous of you listening to this right now because you know. See, I don't. So that'll change soon.
Yeah.
By the time you hear this, we'll both be in the know. But I'm just jealous of future.
Yeah, right now we're 100% speculating, but we got time, man. This time, tomorrow, basically, we'll know exactly what's going on.
Pretty much, man. Looking forward to it. You know, I like the Game Awards, man. I do. Always fun to watch the Game Awards and just soak it all in for me, at least. So I don't know. And then complain about the ads afterwards. It's always fun.
Speaking of ads, I did just see with the Game Awards, apparently it's going to cost $1 million to have a 3-minute trailer at the Game Awards.
Like
and the studios that were nominated. Yeah, dude. And the studios that are nominated for awards were only given 2 tickets for free to attend.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that is wild. So it's like, okay. I guess they're trying to limit the amount of people. Like, if you win, you don't bring up like 12 people or something.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Look, if there's one guarantee, probably see Joseph Forrest there. There's one guarantee.
I think that's fair to say. Yeah.
Favorite dude, Haze Light Dev, my favorite guy. I hope we see him, man.
He's always so optimistic and happy.
I feel like every year.
Thanks for reminding me. So I'm gonna be getting a TV at some point in the next 2 weeks, and when that happens, brother, I gotta finish Split Fiction. Gotta finish it.
Yes, you do.
That's the plan.
I mean, have man.
Alrighty, boss man. Shall we continue? Continue on to the next one.
Shall. It's another. We got. I can't remember the last time we did this. Back to back, Rebecca Valentine. Back to back. IGN.
Yeah, back to back to back.
Look at that. Back to back. All right. Kind of a quick hitter. Let's get into it. Get Rebecca Valentine, IGN. Take-Two hires former Perfect Dark leads for brand new 2K studio. Take-Two. Following the cancellation of Perfect Dark and the dissolution of the dedicated studio, the initiative, 2 of the project's leads have found a new home at Take-Two Interactive, more specifically at 2K. As reported by Jason Schreier on a Blue Sky, Perfect Dark studio head Daryl Gallagher and director Brian Horton have been hired at 2K to start a brand new studio. No details have yet emerged as to what the new studio will work on, or if any other former Perfect Dark employees join them. When asked, a 2K spokesperson provided the following confirmation of the hire. With a combined 6 decades of AAA gaming making experience across franchises like Tomb Raider, Call of Duty, Destiny, Marvel's Spider-Man, Hitman, Deus Ex, and more, we're thrilled to confirm Daryl Gallagher and Brian Horton have joined 2K for their next all-new venture. We don't have additional details to share with you this time, but look forward to sharing updates on their work in the future. This comes after the cancellation of Perfect Dark by Xbox earlier this year as part of a larger wave of devastating layoffs. The project had previously been a troubled one, multiple studios being brought in to help, and a number of internal revisions as studio leads tried to figure out what the game should be. While the initiative was closed down upon the game's cancellation, Crystal Dynamics had also been working on the project. Per Schreier's reporting and corroborated by IGN's own sources, leadership from both studio sides of the project spent 2 months after its cancellation shopping it around to publishers in an effort to save it. Take-Two Interactive allegedly was one of the interested parties, but the deal fell through. Crystal Dynamics underwent layoffs. Second round of 3 this year. Yeah, it's quite the devastation. Perfect Dark. I was looking forward to
Another
that Perfect Dark game, even though it was like in like development hell. I was still looking forward to seeing what it would be, what it could be. So yeah, for Fall 3 really sucked. But it's interesting that I had no idea they kind of shopped it around, tried to save it. Would have been cool to if it was saved, but it seems like now it's just like, all right,
just make
let's move on to the next thing.
breaking my heart, man, because I like really wanted to play that game. I don't think it's gonna be completely gone. Perfect Dark is a huge IP for everybody over the age of like 40. But if it ever comes back, I do think the younger generations would like it a lot. Um, it's tough, man. It's really tough because a lot of people are nostalgic with it, and
Yeah.
if they can't properly remember or accept the fact that like times change, it's not exactly the same. You can't recreate the magic, but you can at least enjoy a new game with the new IP. That'd be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, certainly. But I agree. It's like it would have been really nice to get that. So I mean, look, it is cool though that these two individuals are starting to two developer legends starting a new studio.
Yeah.
Are working 2K. I think it's gonna be interesting. It's cool that people like this with this much experience are still kind of hungry for more. So it'll be interesting
Yeah.
to see what they turn up. But I think it's cool to see. It's like, hey, Perfect Heart may not have worked, but let's try. Maybe we can do a new IP or try and reboot something else. Now you have options. So we'll certainly see how this turns out.
It's good to hear though. All right, 6. So that one came from Rebecca over at IGN, and I guess we'll go to last article. Yeah, we're gonna keep the episodes kind of short. It seems.
Let's say it's be probably a short one this week, but without Game Award stuff,
Yeah.
we deliver you something quick hitting. We wanted to just
Honestly,
in and out.
kinda. Yeah, that's what she said. Yeah. So Bryant Francis, over at Game Developer, wrote this article this week. It's about how Paramount bid for Warner Bros. Backed by an EA acquisition group investors. So the drama's continued. We're going to get into all of this. All right, so if you didn't know, Netflix bid to acquire a Warner Bros. Studio, and by proxy, Warner Bros. Games, is facing hostile competition from media juggernaut Paramount. And according to a new report in Axios, Paramount is backed by members of the investment group acquiring Electronic Arts, which includes President Trump's son in law, Jared Kushner. You know who he didn't mention? Who else is buying EA other than Jared Kushner?
The Saudis, bro.
The Saudis,
The
bro.
Saudis.
The the Crown Prince. He does mention it a little bit later down here. The Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund (PIF). All right. So since Warner Bros. Put it up for sale, the now David Ellison led Paramount has been jockeying to scoop up the studio that owns CNN, DC, and huge film franchises like The Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and Wicked. So Netflix and Comcast were the two other major bidders. In the last week, Netflix seemed to win the race. Yikes. I've been meaning to. There's a couple of videos online about what the Netflix and Warner Bros. Acquisition means and how that's actually going to play out. I'm probably going to look into that later to get a full rundown. But let's continue on. But Paramount, in an unusual move, protested the process and rallied over the weekend to launch a hostile takeover, offering a $108 billion deal at $30 per stock, slightly ahead of Netflix's $82.7 billion deal. That is not slightly, that's a lot. That's significant.
It's a
It's
lot.
20% more, brother. It's huge. Um, Wow. Okay. So it is also attempting to purchase all of Warner Bros. Discovery, not just Warner Bros. Studio assets. Axios unearthed a Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) filing that showed the Kushner-owned Affinity Partners, Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund, and investment groups representing Abu Dhabi and Qatar are backing Paramount's offer. The PIF and Affinity Partners are both among the joint group of investors purchasing Electronic Arts. Dude, could you imagine? Everything's about to be owned by the
Dude,
Saudi Investment
this is
Fund.
kind of crazy, man. About to own it all,
Capitalism,
apparently.
brother.
Oof.
Capitalism runs wild at this point, brother. It is a kill or be killed world when it comes to capitalism, and they want everything. And if they get more money, they'll just keep going. Then you won't have anything. All right. Anyways, these new partners have agreed to forego, in quotes, forego any governing rights, including board representation associated with their non-voting equity investments. A media acquisition again becomes deeply political. Interestingly, Chinese corporate conglomerate Tencent itself is a huge player in the video game industry, had apparently been a previous financial partner in its offer to Warner Bros. Discovery investors. As with the EA acquisition, Kushner's involvement brings the gravity of national politics to the world of entertainment and media. But Paramount's bid was already deeply political in nature. Its previous merger with Ellison's company, Skydance, followed a number of political concessions to the Federal Commission's Communications Commission, the FCC, and a $16 million settlement payment for President Trump, who sued the company over a deceptively edited CBS interview. In a battle of the billionaires fighting over streaming platforms, content libraries, and news organizations, it's fair to say that Warner Bros. Games is a lower priority asset being bandied. Bandied? Bandied? Is that what it is?
I don't
Ban.
Band-Aid.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not
that I've
Band-Aid.
never. Brother, let me tell you something about Bryant Francis over here. This senior editor, he read a lot of books growing up, and I didn't, and he's making me sound stupid, and I don't like it. Uh, I'm just joking. All right, where was I here? So bandied about between investors, but the reappearance of two parties involved in the purchase of EA is a humbling reminder that these corporate mega powers can upheave the lives of thousands of game development professionals with just a few days and a truckload of financial paperwork. Yeah, I
Pretty much.
mean, yeah, you're out here to be bought, brother. You are out here to be bought, and
Much.
that's kind of the point. And who's running the companies? The boomers. What do the boomers want? They want to sell out so they can get out at the highest price mark and probably retire on an island somewhere in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Maybe an island that we're not going to mention. But yeah.
Perhaps.
How how do you feel about it, man? How
um,
do you feel about the acquisition over Warner Bros. Overall?
I mean, I was wondering kind of who was, because you hear like Paramount's like, oh, Paramount's sweeping in to try and get them, and it's like, okay, so Paramount's the one forking over all that money. But you read further into it, it's like, oh no, it's the same like groups that are trying to get EA, and so it changes the perspective on it, at least for me, and it's kind of just like, oh well, it's just you don't like it. I don't know. At least I don't like it. It's just like one of those things you read. It's just like, all right, so this guy's gonna, or these people are gonna effectively start owning a lot of major subscriptions and game studios and whatnot. It's
Yeah,
like it's not a fan of that idea. So that's kind of
I
where
don't
I
think
stand.
yeah, I don't think any American would be a fan of that. It's kind of ironic in a way. If you know your history, then you would know that like the US government incentivizes US companies to go into other nations and kind of influence not just the politics but the economy of that country by taking advantage of something as simple as like the labor force, try to pay people less to make the same product but sell it for a higher rate with a bigger profit margin. Um, those are like the most obvious ones, but there are other things that go into that. But I think this might be the first time in like U.S. history since the U.S. was a colony before it was even a nation. I think where you have foreign investors meddling in, not with like the politics, but just the overall companies that the populace uses. You know,
Yeah,
if that makes sense. It's like Warner Bros. For I don't know for sure. So this is the weirdest thing, right? So it's like Warner Bros. Is like to me growing up, it's a logo that I saw since I was a little kid. It is like quintessentially an American thing in my mind.
yeah.
I'm gonna go like I just googled Warner Bros. Right now. Founded in April 4th, 1923
Uh,
in Hollywood, Los Angeles, California. Yeah. It's a family called Warner. Obviously, Warner Bros. You got four of them, and they have Discovery. I used to watch Discovery every single day growing up. So it's like, okay, now they're headquartered in Burbank, California. These are like, this is very quintessential, like American. You know what I mean? Like American. It's on stock market. Like, come on, man. So the fact that this is I mean, things evolve, things change, but now you got like foreign investors from what is historically an adversarial country to the very country that
Yeah.
this company's from buying it out. It's kind of weird. I think it's like I really do think it might be the first time it's ever happened to Americans. Like people in Europe have seen this crap forever.
Oh yeah.
For forever, dude. People in
Yeah.
South America, oh my gosh, man. Like the things that have happened to Brazil, Colombia, Argentina, Paraguay, like come on.
Yeah.
It's wild, but it's now happening to the US and it's happening. Yeah, it's weird. It's just weird. I'm not trying to get political with it, but it's I think it's like an end of an era if this gets bought out by the investment group by Paramount, you know?
No, I mean, yeah, when you lay it out like that, I mean, yeah, I think there could be some truth to that. Could be like it could be a shifting of tides, which yeah, I don't know if many people would like, especially on our side of the world. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean,
No.
see if any powers that be step in and be like, nah, Netflix. I didn't see. I don't think the article mentioned it. Pretty sure does Netflix have any like help in their bid, or is it just all Netflix? Like, I don't know.
It doesn't really mention it, no. I remember Netflix was financially struggling because they had to raise rates, remember? And then they had to uh yeah, they raised their rates. I'm looking at this. So they have roughly 302 million active subscribers as of the beginning of this year. They've been around for 28 years. Um, they rebranded to a streaming service 18 years ago. It looks like, yeah, they're also a quintessential American thing. They're Los Gatos, California. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Anybody from California
Los
heard me say that
Ganados.
wrong?
I don't know what it is.
Los Gatos? No, Gatos, Gatos. I said it very gringo. Sorry,
Los
guys.
Gatos.
I mean, half of California was originally
Los
Mexico.
Cats.
Actually, all of it was originally Mexico.
Los
That's why it has
Gatos.
all these Spanish
Gato.
names. I don't know how the acquisition's going to go. Who do you think is actually backing Netflix bid
I
for
see. I don't
Paramount?
know.
What does it mean?
Makes you hard to think it's
Oh,
all
not bid for
Netflix, considering they've had to, cut rates and stop password sharing and whatnot. So I don't know.
who is with? I think it might just be Netflix.
What ballers? Just the flicks.
Oh wow! So this is. Oh, I'm looking into this now. So breaking news. Do we still have the ticker going
Yeah.
underneath? Nice. Okay, so breaking news. I guess the CEO for Netflix. No, the Paramount CEO got angered about the Warner Brothers rejecting the initial offer, and then walked in, like stormed in allegedly, and basically offered 108 billion,
Jeez.
and then went straight to the shareholders instead of the board to basically do a hostile takeover, which is
Gosh.
wild.
That's
After
insane.
Netflix was already agreed to sign on and pay for that 83 billion.
So that's why when I read hostile takeover, whatever, that's what that meant. Jeez.
That's what it meant, yeah. About 72 billion equity value. Um, I don't think Warner Brothers is worth as much. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get, yeah,
They have some big
dude.
IPs,
Nobody
but
knows what. Yeah, they got massive
it's
IPs,
hard to
but it's
value that
like
stuff.
it's all speculation. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
I feel like it's just hard to value that stuff. But
Odd, odd. I'm trying to find U.S. streaming services, Netflix. Yeah, okay. This is actually wild. If what the f, man? So U.S. streaming market. This is only the United States. Obviously, it's different elsewhere. Amazon Prime has 22% of the market. Netflix has 21%. Disney Plus and Hulu have 20%, and then HBO Max has 13%. So if Netflix, dude, buys Warner Brothers, then they get all those insane amount of IPs plus the rights to do the video games because they do Netflix gaming now. But Paramount gets it, then that basically means that Paramount will have like 40% of the market, wouldn't it? Because
Something
isn't
crazy.
Paramount? It's so stupid. Like one guy owns like 6 different platforms that we have to use.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
it's
gonna
crazy.
I might crash out in the pod and start
Same.
yelling at billionaires, but it's kind of
It's
crazy.
ridiculous out here,
It
man.
really is. Yeah,
It's insane. Yeah.
wild, dude.
If I think any more about it, I might start crashing out. Yeah.
Oh, that's fair enough.
So
And
yeah,
you're
it's
tired. Well, not tired. You're sick.
yeah, no, dude.
My man's sick.
These monopolies, man, it's crazy. Yeah, I always
Yeah.
think about the Disney, the Disney graphic, my favorite one, where it's like giant
Oh,
Disney
how
thing, and it's everything they own. And it's just like, wow.
they own
So
everything, man.
everything.
It's kind of sad. It's always the funny. Okay, do I say it? Yeah, I'll say it. It's always funny to me that people are like so gung ho capitalists and stuff like this, and they're all like, "We got some more support small businesses." I had a buddy who started a brewery, in the state of North Carolina, and one of the things that people don't understand about the state of North Carolina is we have a lot of breweries here, a lot of microbreweries. It might be similar in Kentucky, how you can't make bourbon whiskey or bourbon outside of Kentucky. Any bourbon that's made outside of Kentucky, United States, is called bourbon whiskey. It's not called bourbon. So there's a Kentucky bourbon that's from Kentucky.
Interesting.
So if you get bourbon anywhere else, it's called bourbon whiskey. If they add any type of like I'm gonna call it seasoning, cinnamon, right, or whatever, however you pronounce that word, that's just Fireball, right? That is a bourbon whiskey, flavored, obviously, mixed up. I forgot there's a different term for that one, but I digress. My buddy owned a brewery, and his brewery wanted to expand, and they wanted to distribute to like South Carolina, Tennessee, and Virginia, nearby states. You can't do that in the state of North Carolina if you're originally started in North Carolina and if you do primary brewing in North Carolina. The reason why that is because Anheuser-Busch went and forced the government to create a rule or a law that microbreweries fall under a different category. In order for them to do distribution across state lines, they have to use an official distribution company. You know what that official distribution company would be? Anheuser freaking
Anheuser-Busch.
Buzz. Yep.
Anheuser-Busch. So you got to go through
So that
them.
means, yep. That's why a good example of this is Old Mecklenburg Brewery, one of the oldest breweries in Charlotte. Really, really good German beer, like old fashioned German style beer. They distribute across state lines, have to do it through Anheuser-Busch. And I honestly think that it's because of how big they were getting. They were outselling. Like, there are areas within North Carolina where Anheuser-Busch is not doing well. They'll spend the extra money, like the extra dollar or so, to do local brewery. Like a local brewery or like a brewery
Yeah.
up in Asheville, really, really famous and stuff like that. This takeover reminds me of that crap.
Hmm.
It's like, how can you compete? How can you branch into the market if the rules are stacked against you from day one, man?
Yeah,
How
it's
are you
pretty.
not angry right now?
It's pretty bad.
It's
Anheuser-Busch.
infuriating.
I knew they were big, but like, it's
Dog.
crazy.
Big. They are literally the biggest. The biggest beer distributor, I'm pretty sure, on the planet. I'm not even joking. You were talking about the
Disney map.
what's it called?
Disney
The
graphic.
Disney map with like
Yeah.
the Mickey Mouse
I do the
outlines.
same thing, but for beer.
Brother, d- let's see. What is the biggest beer distributor uh buter in the world? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Anheuser-Busch. The biggest beer manufacturer and distributor globally is Anheuser-Busch. a Belgian multinational owning brands like Budweiser, Stella Artois, and Corona. Dominating worldwide. Yeah, dude. AB InBev, like brother, just stop. The second largest is Heineken.
That's
And then we
interesting.
got some Chinese ones that are, I mean, yeah, kind of does without saying. It is no joke how many brands these guys own. Insanity what they own. But I won't get into that now. But the point I'm saying is like we're deep in the late stage capitalism, like unregulated kill or be killed for the last, what do you think, 40 years since the 80s?
Yeah.
No tether, just let them go. And now I'm in a neighborhood where I only get two options for ISPs. Now I only have service if I have a certain device. What streaming platform you want? It's going to be the same one. You want Disney? Cool. You got like 8 other options now.
Here you go. Here's a
It's,
bundle. Get all these services.
yeah. Yeah, dude. It's whatever. We're trapped. We're trapped. My crash out almost started happening. Maybe it's just because I'm hungry.
True. And
Probably.
I'm exhausted. So.
Yeah,
We're
dude. I can
both
tell you're drained and you're way too comfy right now.
yeah, both feeling it in different ways. So
Yeah. Well, I think we should let the people go. Hope you enjoyed my little rant right there. Didn't drop any F bombs for once. Kyle needs to get some rest. I need to eat this wonderful burrito. And then we'll be back. I don't know. We got to talk later, see how you're feeling. I kind of want to do game award thing. But honestly, it might just be better if we're just chilling and then talk about it next week. Yeah, because there's
yeah,
not going to be a whole lot of
yeah. I
stuff
mean,
going on.
we'll see. We'll have to see scheduling. I mean, I'll be out next
Yeah.
week, so we have to see. We
Oh,
may
yeah.
have to do a final Christmas week episode, maybe something like that.
I'm kind of down for
Okay, I'm kind of
dude, I'm
down.
finally in
Like,
town.
yeah,
I'm finally in town for like the first time in a long time. Are you in town?
yeah. I'm
You
in
at home?
town.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
we can
we
do
can
something
work
like
through
that.
that.
Round off the year, do a late recap of Game Awards, give our thoughts, and then seal out
I
the
like
year,
it.
dude. That week
Yeah,
of Christmas.
I think that's a good idea. All right, sick, bro. All right, let's let the people go. We do appreciate you for tuning in. Sorry we weren't like tons of energy, drained. Things are
Yeah.
going on in life. It happens. It'd be like that, but we did turn up. So don't say we didn't. Links in the description below. Timestamps as well. Make sure to watch the Game Awards. It's going to be on YouTube, Twitch. It might even be on Twitter. It was on Twitter last year
I think
or
so. Yeah,
X.
they put it on like everything.
There's going to be a
So.
Facebook live stream, and I think it's on Kick. So if you can't watch it, catch the replay. It's going to be like publicly available on YouTube for like the end of time. Hopefully we get some cool games. We should definitely try it. Who do you think is going to have the best out of the big three consoles? Like best new games. What do you think?
Uh, I'd probably go PlayStation. I was trying to think like,
I think that's a safe bet.
one prediction. Like, let's just do what's your game of the year prediction? Because I know we got like
Game of the year?
game of the year. So like game of the year, game awards. Just we could just go over that one. Like, what are the nominees this year? Because I know one for sure. Yeah. So I won't show it. I'll just go through it. So our nominees for game of the year, you got Claire Obscure, Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silk Song, and then Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Those are your game of the years nominees. I like the one I think might win it. The one I'm thinking, small indie studio, indie-ish studio under Xbox.
You think it's Supergiant?
No,
Hollow
like
Knight.
no one really expected it to be like, they were like, oh, they kind of hoped it was good, but no one really thought it was going to be good. And then it blew everything out of the water, highest Metacritic score of the year, everything. Claire Obscure, Expedition 33 could win, I think. Because it's just like, came out of nowhere.
Oh, it took over everybody's life.
Yeah, like people will say it's the best story of the year easily. So a lot of people are saying like, it's just really well made for a small studio. And it was a win for Xbox because they published it. So I don't know. For me, looking at this list, I'm like, it's probably going to be Claire Obscure, and if not, like I don't know. The dark horse pick would be Kingdom Come, I think, Deliverance 2, but I don't think it's going to win.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Like it was really good. I still think I think it gets edged out by Expedition 33, but I don't know
I
because I
think it's
just
either Hollow Knight or I think it's Expedition 33 or Hollow Knight.
yeah. Hollow Knight Silk Song. I mean, it was a game everyone's been wanting for years, so
Yeah.
wouldn't surprise me. But then
Yeah,
again,
this one's gonna be weird, man.
I don't know. In the Game
I
Awards,
really
it's probably
hope
gonna be
so.
Donkey Kong Bonanza. Let's be honest. It's just, I
I
don't
When
know.
was the last time like Nintendo
It's
won?
like
They
Zelda,
should have
maybe.
won with yeah, I think Breath of the Wild. They should have won with Tears of the Kingdom. That kind of irritated me that they didn't, but I guess whatever.
Yeah. So
Huh.
you go through all the. I mean, so last year it was Astrobot, which I thought was like, interesting. Um,
Yeah.
Year before is Baldur's Gate 3, deserved. Elden Ring, the year before that, deserved. It Takes Two, 21, deserved. Last of Us Part 2, 2020, 2019. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. 2018 God of War. 2017, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild was the last one. So
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Been a while. Well,
Called
Xbox
it.
hasn't even been nominated in like 30 years.
Literally. Called it out. Claire
Since
Obscura.
Halo Reach.
Claire Obscura calling it
Yeah.
now.
All right. I'm gonna take Silk Song. I think that was gonna be up there. A lot of people are hyping it up. Team Cherry over there. We'll see. We shall see though. It's gonna be good to recover and like watch the show. Starts at 8 o'clock our time tomorrow. Yeah, we record on Wednesdays if you didn't know. But yeah, let's let the people go. I like your prediction. We'll see who wins. It'd be nice. All right,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Um, yeah, quick recap. This has been the M2 Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Anthony. That's Kyle Heath. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one. We're going to be talking about the Game Awards. Basically, surprises. Dude, hopefully there's some like sick trailers. Like just sleeper games dropping. I want to see like this game's out right now. Like Apex
Yeah.
Legends drop. That,
Yeah.
and then just takes over the world. That'd be so sick. But yeah, without further ado, we'll let you guys go. Thank you very much for tuning in. We appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next one. Keep gaming. Take it easy.
All right, man.